Well, it's Uncommon Fossil. Today I'm playing a Dialga Vstar deck that's a bit of a fun build. I got this from some people who were playing it from Limitless, looking around. A few people have played the deck. I adjusted it some, and honestly, it sets up pretty well. I am able to use Dialga Vstar Star Chronos a pretty good amount of times on turn 2. So Dialga Vstar, 280 HP. That's the HP you're looking for a V-Star. 2 attacks. Metal Blast does 40 for 1 at colorless, plus 40 more for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon. So the deck plays 15 metal energy, just basic metals is all we play here. You just want to start throwing those metal energies onto Dialga Vstar to get to big damage. Also, we want to get a bunch of energies on because it takes 5 energies to do the Star Chronos V-Star power attack, which is really nice, and that's really part of what Dialga's about. Maybe it's a gimmick, maybe it's not, however you want to classify it, but it's a lot of fun. So it's 220 damage for 5 energy. That's not great, but then you get to take another turn right after this one. You get to take back-to-back turns with attack and get to play your supporter and all that just like a regular turn. But your opponent doesn't get to do anything in between other than hopefully you knock them out with the Star Chronos and they pick what to send up. So 220 HP, and then you can toss more energies on it for the following Metal Blast turn to do really big damage. That's what you're trying to do. So the way this deck is built, it's playing Ho-Oh-V. This is the first deck that I think I've ever played that's actually included a Ho-Oh-V. What it is 230 HP, so that's a good solid number for a basic V. And you can attack. Rainbow Burn does 100 damage plus 30 more for each base type of basic energy. You only play one type of basic energy, so only would do 130 for 4 energy. Not a good energy, not a good damage payout for that energy. So don't attack with it unless there's no other choices. But Reviving Flame ability is why it's here. Once during your turn, this Pokemon is in your discard pile. You may put it onto your bench if you do attach up to 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. If you use this ability, your turn ends. So we want to use this ability going on a turn 1. Ideally, we go first, but even if we go second, turn 1, we're not attacking for damage anyway. Get Ho-Oh onto the bench with 4 energies. Hopefully, you've attached manually to Dialga 2. So we're all set on turn 2 to use Bronzong and smash away with Dialga Vstar. So, as I mentioned, Bronzong, we're playing Bronzong in the bench, in the deck for Metal Transfer. It's a stage 1. Metal Transfer as often as you like during your turn. You may move a metal energy from one of your Pokemon to another your Pokemon. So we can move all those metal energies off of Ho-Oh-V onto Dialga Vstar. That's what we want to do. How do we get that set up? Well, we play 2 Squawkabilly EX. We can only use 1, so you don't ever put 2 into play, but we have to have this turn 1. So at one point I played just one of the deck, but games where that Squawkabilly EX was prized was almost a guaranteed loss. So put 2 in the deck. I think it's necessary. Squawk and Seize ability. Once during a turn, you may discard your hand and draw 6 cards. You can only use this on your first turn, and you can't do more than 1 Squawk and Seize. So you don't. That's why you never play 2. But you need to get those cards. You need to get those energies in the discard. You got to get Ho-Oh-V in the discard. It all has to happen turn 1, or else things don't work. What else do we have to get things going? We play 1 Radiant Greninja with its Concealed Cards ability. Discard an energy, draw 2 cards. Get the energy in the discard, draw a little. You got to be careful, though, because we want to leave some bench space to ideally get down a second Dialga V, because otherwise, we can't get a second attack or power it up. So we need to bench enough Pokemon to make our turn 1 happen. But if we can leave an open bench slot, it's really good. That's what I will say. Okay, and then we play 2 Mews, Mysterious Tail. Put that in the active. Start with that one. So hopefully they're only taking a single prize when they knock you out on their second turn. Or on their first turn if they manage to do it, and that's okay. But it's got the nice Mysterious Tail ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon's the active spot, you may look at the top 6 cards, put an item that you find there into your hand. You have to reveal it, and then shuffle your deck, all that stuff. But an item from the top 6 cards is useful. So those are the Pokemon we play. Play 15 basic metal energy, because that's what we need to make things happen. And then for the trainers, 4 Ultra Ball, you need to get those Pokemon. Enters in the discard. 4 Irida, search for a water Pokemon and an item. I don't know if this deck needs 4 Irida the more I'm playing it, because part of Irida is if you go second, you can use that for Battle VIP Pass, but we really want to research in that situation. So Irida's Maybe I should drop some and put in some Serena instead. I'm not sure. But here it is there. It is good. We have Radiant Greninja is the only water Pokemon, and some items that are certainly useful. 2 Escape Rope to do some switching. Obviously, we need to switch, and we don't want to pay, even if a Mew's in the active, it's a retreat cost of 1, but we want to get and keep those energies on Dialga. We don't want to discard them once they're in play, so Escape Rope's good. 1 Lost Vacuum. A lot of the decks I'm seeing don't play Lost Vacuum. They don't play any stadiums. I don't play any stadiums either. There's just not deck space. But you know, if your opponent puts down Path to the Peak, and if you can't use your Squawkabilly, if you go second, because they play Path and they stop your Ho-Oh, sorry, from working, you're in trouble. So Lost Vacuum, I think, is a card I feel like is a must include for this deck. 4 Trekking Shoes, discard a card, pass it, look at the top card, put it in hand or discard it. If you discard, draw the next card. 4 Battle VIP Pass. We need a bunch of Pokemon on the bench turn 1, so Battle VIP Pass, very nice. 1 Super Rod, because especially with the Squawkabilly, you got to discard as much as you can, usually turn 1. A lot of times you're discarding some of the evolution Pokemon you're going to have later, so just need Rod to get something back later on. It frees you up so you don't have to worry about discarding something and not being able to close out the game. 2 Nest Ball, obviously get more basics in play. 1 Serena, still a nice card. You have an option, you can switch your opponent's bench V with their active, and that's very nice. Can have 1 games with that for sure, but also it gives you the option to discard up to 3 cards from hand and then draw till you have 5. So get those energies in the discard, draw some. It is a useful card for Professor's Research, just really, really key, especially turn 1 going second. And then 1 Boss. Would like some more Boss. Maybe drop an Irida, replace with a Boss. That might be a play to make an improvement for the deck. But a solid deck, and honestly a deck that I'm finding works a fair amount of time, probably more times I find than it deserves to, because it is a deck when it works, look out, but then it will just brick at times for sure too. All right, so I'll choose heads. Hopefully I win the toss. I do, so I will go first, and because hopefully I can then ho-oh for 4. That's what I want to do, right? There's still, with Squawkabilly, there's a solid chance I can ho-oh for 4. So, I don't like playing Radiant Greninja down because I like getting more Pokemon on the bench, but probably I won't play Mew now, right? I gotta, because minimizing the bench space is important. So I'll get a Dialga down and a Squawkabilly. The Dene EX. All right, so move. Okay. All right, so an interesting card there. It's not a good start, I gotta say. Well, I need to get a little lucky here. So that's not terrible. That's not bad at all, actually. Yeah, I need you, so that's fine. I need 1 spot for a ho-oh, which I hope I get. I don't know if I will. I need to toss down Squawkabilly, and that's it. So Squawkabilly goes on the bench. Need to leave the 1 bench spot open. Use my ability. You know, I need to get an Ultra Ball to discard stuff with. So not a very good turn 1. So, in fact, a rather poor turn 1. You know, going second, where you can use research, the odds of getting the ho-oh set up the way you want is really good. All right, so they want to hurt their own Pokemon so they can utilize the Dene EX's attack. Move all damage counter. So, all right, Shadow Rider. All right, let's see Shadow. I actually haven't played up against the Dene EX yet, so it's nice to do. So, okay, well that's not bad either. Oh no, it does damages as I move energy, right? So, do I want to? Do I want to ho-oh still? I might actually want to ho-oh this turn. Usually I wouldn't do it like this, but this game is not going as I would have liked. So I think 1, 2, 3. So I will Lost Vacuum, get rid of that stadium. I don't want to damage myself, right? Attach energy. Right, I get 4 energies in the discard pile, so I could attack or, well, that kind of stinks. All right, so I need to attack. That's it. So I'm doing 120. He can move the 120 back, but I need to attack. It's that simple. Need to get things going. Maybe I should not have evolved him. Maybe I should have done the bench Pokemon. I could have, if I kept the V and the active, then I could have accelerated 2 energy to him with the attack, right? So I had 3 on. I don't know. So big charm. They want to be tanky. Getting the okay, yep. Curlia's get the. I'm gonna accelerate to the Dene. They could switch an attack now, right? They have an attached per turn. All right, they're not. So I want to, let's think here. So I need to do 200. I can't. All right, let's see what I do here. Yeah, I think I want to get, I think I'm going to make this play. It's late in the game for this play. I will admit that for sure. No denying that. So I will toss the Ho-Oh and an energy. I'll get the Bronzong down because that's what I need. Do I attach? I think I attach, right? Maybe I attach to like Squawkabilly, right? Put some damage on him. That's okay. I think that's what I do. He's going to get damaged, but that's okay. I don't want to damage my Dialgas, is what I'm thinking. Research. So I think I'm going to Ho-Oh and end my turn that way. I honestly I don't know if I've done this any other game where I've Ho-Oh'd after turn 1. It's obviously not what you want to be doing normally, but they have multi-price Pokemon. I just need to swing into them. So I'm thinking I missed the turn 1. I couldn't get the pieces going. That's okay. I've done some damage. I have to be careful, right? Honestly, even if they knock out my Dialga Vstar, I'm not done here. So, and I don't think they're knocking out the Vstar. All right, even if they can attach to the active, I'm probably going to knock out. I'm going to take prizes this turn, right? And I will actually, if they hit into me with Shadow Rider, I'm just going to, all right, let's see what he does here. All right, well, that's not what I wanted to happen. That's not what I wanted to happen at all. So he's going to knock out. All right, well, that's unfortunate, but that's the smart play. That's the smart play. All right, so that's where I have, you can't get a backup Radiant Greninja and the backup something else, unfortunately, here. So do I want to Irida here? I think I do. So I take him out because he's weak to me. I have Irida. I have another Irida in hand, though, so that's good, right? So I will just grab this. Let me just make sure. So I have Bronzong in deck, so 4 energies left. I have my Serena. Okay, that's all good. I can make that work. So I don't want to be discarding more energies, though. The problem is I can't move these energies right now, but I'll take 2 prizes, which also doesn't put damage counters on it, right? I mean, there's not a Pokemon to play with damage counters, so that's good, right? Metal weak, I like it. The big charm didn't matter. Next turn, I'm probably going to take out the Shadow Rider, if that's what happens. So I'm in really good position here because I will just pile the energy on to my active till I one-shot the Shadow Rider. And then I'm down to one prize remaining. And, you know, they might want to retreat. I'm not sure. They might want to. But I'm in strong shape here, right? Their attacker's weak to me. They probably should have tried to set up they set up the Shadow Rider with damage so that they could smooth the damage over it. I mean, it's nice to be able to heal off a Shadow Rider, right? It's very nice. And obviously the energy works. So I kind of like the deck, but the deck does have its issues. And they're up against something that can one-shot them. And I can also one-shot the Shadow Rider. So, which is what I will do, assuming they don't disrupt me. So if I one-shot the Shadow Rider, I think it's essentially game over. So it's my turn. So let me Battle VIP Pass. I'll put the Ho-Oh in the discard pile. It's possible I could want that. I don't think I will, but it's possible, right? So let me start moving energies here. So there, I don't know how many I need. Do you? I need a bunch. That might just do it. Let me see here. Doing 320 now. So I think I just don't want to attach an energy. I don't think I do. Maybe I do want to put down an energy someplace. I'll put an energy here, spread out the damage, put damage on him again. I just gives me another energy I can move around with Bronzong though, right? So I will take knockout. And I don't think, they're in a lot of trouble. That is what is the situation. Right? And I still have my V-Star attacks, so unless they've got to knock out my active or at least gust me up so I can't attack. So, they're down to one prize, so I can't think. I'm down to one prize remaining to win. So they've got to gust me up. They have to put it so I can't attack because they can't win this turn. And so they're going to put, they got to put the guard. The problem is I one-shot the Gardevoir now too. So what's Gardevoir? He's weak to dark, right? So that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Mimikyu V, which is immune to damage. I mean, that's what they need to not, right? And that is a psychic Pokemon, right? So they could even attack with it, right? They could put it into play and attack with it. I have rope, so I would get out of that. But so I guess if they rope me, I have to decide what I do. I probably send up Bronzong though, right? Because if they knock out the Bronzong, then I just set up the Dialga. If they knocked out the Dialga from the bench, that would be a problem. But they can't do that. So, so moving some energy, some damage. I mean, they're putting damage on. Okay, so the Gardevoir, they're damaging themselves, but there's nowhere, they're not going to get anywhere near enough. In fact, they have a lot of damage. They have a lot of energy, though, right? So they got to pile up the damage on themselves. They knock out my active. Well, maybe. They have to get 260 damage on this guy. I don't think they can. If they put enough damage on them to knock me out, they still have to have the switch too. But they can switch and retreat. That's fine. They can put energy on a retreat, so that's fine. Right. Then I send up Dialga. Oh no, I can't attack with him, can I? So 220, but that's not enough, right? All right, well that's just game. So I will just I'll use Star Chronos. Why not? I haven't used it yet, so it doesn't matter. So they actually came close. If they had enough energy, they might have been able to do it, but it wasn't looking good there. So anyway, didn't get the big turn like I want, but then I decided, hey, it wasn't quite the game start I wanted. So I went and put, I made the unusual move of doing Ho-Oh in the middle of the game, but that let me set up to finish out the game. So again, just adjusted plans there. You need to do that sometimes. And the deck sets up pretty well. And with some careful play and a bit of luck, you can even win as the game plays if it takes a while. So a real fun deck, I gotta say. Doing Star Chronos turn 2, which I've done multiple games, not when I've managed to record though, where I've just blown away my opponent on turn 2 so that they had no Pokemon left or just gave up because they knew it was done. But it can win a game where you got to do some work like this one too. So a fun deck. I don't know if this is the best Dialga deck. It's probably a bit high roll, but it is a lot of fun. Take care.